So, Rena, thank you for having me. Look, I think there's clearly a sense of impatience coming from the White House. India was the first mover on all of these trade deals, but in the intervening months of negotiations, we've seen agreements settled between the United States and the EU, Japan, Indonesia, Vietnam, now overnight South Korea, and possibly also a deal with China. So I think there's impatience and there's a desire to wrap it up because India is important. And so you're getting a lot of this, signaling of impatience as the August 1 deadline is upon us. And as I've said consistently, the business community advocates for this deal and wants it to happen. Well, I represent 200 of the largest companies in America and India. And let me tell you that they're all nervous. I mean, Indian companies in America are feeling very exposed and vulnerable right now. American companies in India are uncertain. You know, business doesn't like uncertainty, it likes predictability. And if the US and India can't agree a deal that, frames the economic relationship and sends a positive psychological message to investors, it's going to be very hard to see growth. And both the president and the prime minister advocated for hitting a $500 billion target in annual trade. We can't do it if we don't get this deal done because the deal is the foundation of what is going to be further deals. So I think, speaking for the business community, everybody just wants to see this drama come to an agreed deal. Well, I think people have to understand that, the Secretary Besant and the president were talking about their concerns about India's purchases of Russian oil even before he began his second tenure. And so clearly some of that is being reflected in all of these statements. And think about how much time and effort President Trump put into trying to get Vladimir Putin to end his absolutely disastrous war in Ukraine, war of conquest. Putin fended him off and said, no, I'm not doing it. So the president's frustration has clearly risen, and it's starting to, impact other countries who he feels directly or indirectly are helping sustain President Putin's very unhelpful stance. So I think that what you're seeing and hearing is genuine frustration coupled with impatience. But look, the U.S., let's step back. The U.S. and India are the two largest and greatest democracies on earth. We have a people-to-people, business-to-business, scientific, academic, outer space, law enforcement, counterterrorism relationship that goes to very great extents and reflects the great relationship of our two nations, well beyond Washington and Delhi. I'm in Los Angeles right now, where I just hosted the USIBC 50th Anniversary Special Summit. We had the municipal and state leaders, the governor, the mayor's office, the mayors of different cities around here, including the aerospace capital of the United States. So many different people, business executives, media, entertainment, who are dedicated to the proposition of a very strong U.S.-India relationship. So we have to, I think, take a deep breath collectively, not overreact. Great nations think things through, and they act based, of course, on interest. And I think we have to see where the interest is best served. And in my humble and respectful view, that is in coolly, calmly, and collectively forging a deal that is good for America, good for India, and good for our businesses.